Hello all and welcome, and I am the realist philosopher. So how y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. Boy, I tell you, it's been an eventful weekend, hasn't it? So much has happened, I'm just going to jump right into it. So, for those of you who have been following the news and following social media, which is essentially everybody, you know about this story. You know who this guy is. Uncle Nathan! Yes, Nathan Phillips, the supposed Vietnam veteran Omaha elder who was supposedly harassed and disrespected by those young boys. Yes, this Omaha quote-unquote elder who these boys treated so shabbily. It's very interesting. So he's 64, I believe, which would have made him, 18, 19 when the Vietnam War ended? Okay. So I guess it's possible he might have seen some action in country. I'd have to do some research into that. But whatever the case might be, this guy, this elder who was so disrespected. And by the way, if 64 is an elder, what is Trump at 71? Oh, but we don't need to respect him. He's a pasty-faced old cracker white man. We just need to respect elders of minority status, of oppressed status, of color. White people don't count. Interesting. I thought it was the amount of years that they had, the life experience that they had that you were respecting. Oh, no. God damn it. Doesn't apply to crackers. Okay. So this guy, Nathan Elder, claims to have been harassed and abused by a bunch of pasty-faced white boys. He didn't use the word cracker. That was used by the black Israelites who were there, and we'll get into that as well. There was a bunch going on in the video footage that was conveniently missing from the video footage shown on CNN and MSNBC, which was cleverly cut and edited to portray the boys in the worst light possible with a false narrative. And the first thing I'm going to do is show you the clip that the media released. The biased, completely out of context clip with a narrative woven around it to try and portray these white boys as somehow racist and evil and the instigators of this incident. Okay, so here you have this video on the Indigenous Americans page. Of course, they lapped this shit up, right? Anything that'll make them look like ever greater victims in the eye of the public. Feel sorry for me! Feel sorry for me! And, of course, the first picture we have here is just this big group of white people, right? Young, white males. Yes, let's terrify the left as much as possible. And nothing terrifies them more than white people actually coming together in a group. Oh my God, it's a mob of crackers! We're the only ones that are allowed to form fucking mobs. We can't have white people coming together and defending themselves and being some sort of force. Oh no! Only Blackie and Brownie, only people of color can do that, goddammit. We need to keep the white people separated. If they ever come together, we're in trouble. So this essentially is the greatest fear for people of color, right? Of the left. So here's the video, at least part of it, that's been circulating, the part that was cut out. Okay, so what they're doing right now, what the media did not tell you, they're doing a sports chant, essentially. So they were being harassed verbally by a group of black men calling themselves the Black Israelites. It's a very interesting confrontation that I'll show you later. And so one of the students asked one of their teachers that was with them, a teacher who did nothing to intervene in the Native American practically attacking this young boy, if they could do a chant to counter the harassment of the so-called Black Israelite. And the teacher said, sure, okay, probably a bad idea. They drew attention to themselves, which was not smart. But the adults signed off on it. And so they started chanting to counter the racist epithets and the insults and verbal barrage that was being directed their way. And then in comes Uncle Nathan, supposed Vietnam veteran and champion of Native American peoples, who didn't do nothing. So high schoolers attending the March for Life taunt a Native American at the Indigenous Peoples March. Okay, so they were there for something else entirely, which I don't get, by the way. What the hell are high school students doing participating in this kind of activism, all right, at the behest of their school? I have no problem with them, by the way, doing this on their own time, but it shouldn't be encouraged by the school. And I say that for both sides, left and right. Don't be encouraging your kids. Don't be actually having them on school time attend activist activities. I bet that's beside the point here. So these evil white boys, of course, any white people gathering is somehow white supremacy, right? I see one girl there that doesn't look white. What is she? But anyway, I guess she's an outsider who found her way into the group. Regardless, all these evil white boys, many of them wearing MAGA hats, which probably attracted Nathan, right? He thought he'd get a good soundbite out of it, thought he could spin a nice little yarn, nice little narrative. Evil whitey's wearing MAGA hats! Hire me for an acting gig. Yes, this old guy is an actor as well. We'll get into that. So let's continue. Here we go. So they've already cut in. So all they're doing is showing these kids chanting. All right? Nothing more. No context. How did the old guy get there? He just magically appeared. Oh, no. These white kids somehow approached him. So the story is these kids, all of them, as a group, charged up to poor little innocent Nathan just pounding his drum. The little drummer boy got attacked by a bunch of bigger drummer boys, and there were many more of them. Yeah, look at them. Evil bastards. Evil bastards. They're chanting along with the little indigenous man. How dare they? Hey, okay, here we go. So this is the image you were presented with in the media. In fact, you didn't even see any of that other background stuff. The media just showed you this image. The kid is smiling. He's smiling. Ooh, he's mocking this old man. How'd he get there? How'd the kid get there? How did he get there? Did he walk up to the old man? That's the story. That's the narrative that you were presented with by the media. This kid is the ringleader, and everybody else, the hundreds of other kids with him, they followed him up to this little indigenous man and just stood there mockingly with that smarmy smirk on his face. Yeah, that smirk couldn't be there because he's nervous, right? And he's anxious. And he's just trying to diffuse the situation, you know, and deal with the anxiety of this old dude coming up to him and starting to bang a drum in his face. Oh, no! Now, by the way, look at how close the old man is with the drum. If the story of this kid approaching this old man was true, wouldn't the old man back up? You know, because he's an innocent victim, right? Oh, no, I'm just going to stand my ground, even though I want to avoid some kind of confrontation, which is really the opposite of what he's trying to do. He's trying to instigate some kind of confrontation so he can get some media coverage. Yeah, I'm going to yell in this young man's face. He's just a little kid, but he's white and he's wearing a MAGA hat, so I'm justified in banging this drum 6 inches from his fucking face. Phillips spoke about the students allegedly from a Catholic high school after the incident. Yeah, they got to throw that in there, right? Because they hate Catholics. They hate Christians, right? Yeah, competition for their leftist ideology, which is really a religion, right? We can't have competition, goddammit. We got to get rid of this fucking Christianity. It's bringing people together against us, motherfucker. Yeah, keep on chanting, old man. Now, here's some footage from another angle, which shows you much more clearly how little Uncle Nathan here created the problem. Here he is mixing in with the kids, and he's walking up and down the line looking for a likely target, somebody who will stand their ground, make eye contact with him, not look afraid and intimidated by him, and then he can use that person as representative of the whole group and say, hey, look at this boy who was mocking me. Oh, this guy looks good. He's smiling and he's not backing down. I'll get in that kid's face. Now look at this. All the kids are partying for him. He's actually walking into the crowd of kids, and they're making way for him. He said that these kids wouldn't get out of his way. He said specifically, they wouldn't let me pass. They didn't part for me. Look at him. They're getting out of his way like he's royalty. Like he's fucking royalty. And if they didn't move, by the way, I guarantee you he would have pushed his way through. But they stopped me, he said. They wouldn't let me pass. There's Super Mario there. Look at him. You're going to tell me that guy is a Native American? Oh, come on. I think we got a Rachel Dolezal 2.0 here. The 3.0, because I think that Sean King guy is 2.0, right? Another a white person pretending to be black. Now this guy, this whitey-looking guy is pretending to be Native American. Yeah. Sing it, Super Mario. Sing it. Sing it, Giuseppe. Yeah. I want to have some group to identify with. I'm just a plain old pasty-faced white guy, goddammit, but everybody hates us, and we have no real racial identity. Oh, I know. I'll pretend to be Native American. There we go. Now there's the goofy kid. There he is, right there. Uh-oh, there's the moment. Nathan, eye contact. Ooh, he's in love. He just found his target. This kid is perfect. He's right in front of me. He's making eye contact. He's not backing away. Right? Oh, this is great. I love this kid. He's going to make my fucking day. He's going to pay for my entire retirement. Well, look at this. Look at this. Look at him creeping up. Ain't even creeping. He's just getting right in that kid's face. He's like, okay, you're the perfect target. Look at this. Suddenly, wow, look at this. Look at how close he is. And look, this, by the way, I saw another video. This drum was up against the kid's shoulder. So he absolutely positively made physical contact with this kid. And he said he didn't want a confrontation. He approached these kids. He got in their faces. He's looking for trouble. By the way, if this was me, I would have reached up to scratch my nose. And that little wand he's hitting that drum with would have hit my hand. And that would have given me the justification I needed. I would have grabbed that fucking wand. I would have broke that motherfucker. Challenge that old man. Put your hands on me some more, old man. Let's see where this goes, right? Now, what I see here is a scared kid. He's scared. He's intimidated. Look at his face. It's completely red. The smile is just a nervous smile, right? And look at this kid right here. Don't tell me that this kid is even high school age, right? He looks like he's about 14, right? Look at this kid right here. Are these all high school kids? I mean, this kid right here looks very, very young. Looks younger than this kid right here. Maybe he's 15 at most. Maybe. These are just kids. What a fucking coward this guy is. What a pussy. Hey, old man, why didn't you go up to the blank Israelites and get in their faces when they were essentially hurling racial epithets and insults at you? Oh, they would have whooped my ass. I see. And we got fake Indian here. We got faux Indian here. We got Dances with Hollywood here. Pretended to be a Native American, all right? Yeah. It never really served my purposes to embrace my heritage until it got me acting gigs. Yeah, until you could use it to claim some kind of victimhood privilege, right? That you could then spin into paid appearances on MSNBC and CNN. Look, see his hand? See his hand? He's hitting the kid's shoulder with his hand. He's absolutely positively making physical contact with this kid. See? Look, keep looking there. See? He's making physical contact with him. Got Super Mario there to his right. Yeah. Making sure that nobody puts their hand on the old dude, right? He wants to be there to, of course, also stop cameras from getting any inconvenient pictures that might show poor little Uncle Nathan as being the actual aggressor here. See, look at the kid look down. Because he's making physical contact. He's like, okay, you crossed the line, old man. But then he's asking himself, what do I do? What do I do? Do I just stand here placidly still? Or do I claim that he made physical contact with me, even though it's hard to see because you got the Super Mario that it was right and somebody else filming to his left? What do I do? What do I do? And by the way, where's the adult? Where's the adult? If I had been the male chaperone here, I would have got up in that old man's face and say, hey, come on now. Have some common decency. You're trying to use these kids for political fodder, all right? You're trying to create some kind of story, some kind of narrative that you can then put on the nightly news to make yourself look like a victim, all right? So you can make some moolah, all right? That's wrong. You're very out of line. These are just kids, okay? You want to try and cause trouble with me, huh? Don't try and cause trouble with these little kids, okay? They're just kids. They're innocent. White, blank, whatever. You shouldn't be trying to use them to promote your political agenda. And in this case, it's actually his Hollywood agenda, because Dances with Hollywood here wants to promote his acting career. All right, so the kid's just still standing there, but the smile on his face has changed. I mean, he knows this is a confrontation. He knows that this old man wants it to get physical. He's trying to keep his cool, but he's having a hard time of it. I would have already done something, okay? Honestly, when this man put his hand on me, that would have been it. There would have been a brouhaha. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Now he's trying to use the drum to hide the fact that he's within an inch of this kid's nose. Unbelievable. This guy, wow. Trying to claim he's the victim. Here we go. Yeah, he's holding up the drum in front of the camera. By the way, it's one of his people, I believe, that's filming. But now he's getting so close to this kid, the little baton he's hitting the drum with is literally a couple inches from the kid's face. Wow, this guy has got a lot of nerve. I didn't want to get in his space as I'm bumping up against him with the drum and waving his baton in his face, and I'm making actual physical contact, but I'm going to claim I didn't do that, and he crept up on me even though I crept up on him, and he was the aggressor even though I was the aggressor. This guy's a typical leftist. And now this guy's getting so close, the kid's having to squint his eyes and such for fear of that baton hitting his eyes, right? And this old man, the drum is actually up against the side of this kid's head. I mean, this old man is making physical contact. Notice the kids have quieted down because they have legitimately been intimidated by these old Native Americans. They've figured out these guys want a confrontation. Here he is now. Look at this. Look at this. How does anybody believe this guy? He's hiding what he's doing from the camera. And what he's doing is waving that thing right in front of the kid's face, threatening physical contact, daring him to do something. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So there's the truth, people. There is the truth. Look at this. You can't even see the side of the kid's head because he's got the drum up against the side of the kid's head. He's got it over his shoulder, right? He's got it over his right shoulder, up against his ear, banging the drum in the kid's face. He's in his space. What did he say, though? I didn't want to get in their space. Now, let's learn a little bit more about this Nathan Phillips, a.k.a. Dances with Hollywood. So, Native activist who harassed Catholic teens is identified as an actor from 2012 Skrillex video about attacking police. So, here he is here. He doesn't look as old and feeble and elderly as he did in the viral video portraying him as the supposed victim. Very interesting. So, Nathan Phillips, the Native American radical activist who confronted the MAGA hat-wearing Catholic teens at the March for Life, starred in a 2012 Skrillex video called Make It Bundem, in which Phillips does some spiritual warfare connected to a violent attack on a police officer. Phillips was identified as the star of the video in his speaker bio for tribal hemp and cannabis education. Lovely! And discussed the role in a 2017 interview. Interview with who? So he's been in the media spotlight before. Very interesting. So he is a minor celebrity public figure. Very interesting. Very interesting. And people are saying, oh, that don't have nothing to do with it just because he was in a music video and works as an actor. Really? That he made front and center headlines in viral videos that got viewed by millions of people. It's not relevant that he's an actor, that he uses the media to make money, and now he's showing up in the media again in a way, shape, and form that we know will make him money, and we're not supposed to be suspicious of his motives. Yeah, I gotta say I'm suspicious. So Nathan Phillips, the Native American man at the center of the controversy involving Covington Catholic high school students who were unfairly smeared by the media, and yes, we just saw that. They were just standing there minding their own business, and this old man came up to there and tried to cause trouble. He tried to incite a riot. He tried to create some kind of confrontation. Is raising money. Of course he is. Yes, of course he's raising money with the help of a major big money left-wing operation and has a history of appearing in the press claiming to be a victim of anti-native racism. He has a history of this, people. Boy, every time there's one of these incidences, he just happens to show up. Oh, but he's not an opportunist. No. So Phillips is a Vietnam veteran and former director of the Native Youth Alliance, according to Heavy. So the Native Youth Alliance appears to be a standalone entity. However, the larger, well-funded Native Youth Leadership Alliance, which told us that it is not associated with Phillips, is currently promoting Phillips' fundraising campaign stemming from the incident with the Catholic teens. It's a money grab. It's just a money grab. That's all this is. Here we go. Like this is a nice advertisement here, huh? The NYLA News Native Youth Leadership Alliance has been contacted about the shameful incident yesterday that happened to Omaha elder. Yeah, he ain't an elder. He's an elder when it's convenient for him and he can put money in his pocket, okay? Dances with Hollywood is what I'm going to call him. NYLA believes in promoting youth voices. If he's such an Omaha elder, why doesn't he have a Native American name instead of a white man's name? NYLA believes in promoting youth voices for understanding and promoting positive reconciliation. Many of the youth we work with are also taught to respect our elders, unless they're white. And the communities we come from, the elder is the former director of the Native Youth Alliance. So, the point is this. Phillips is not simply a random Native American man, right? He's not just some random dude who was accosted by racist MAGA hat-wearing teens, as the mainstream press has reported. He is connected to leftist activists who donate large sums to leftist causes. Now he is personally fundraising off the mainstream press's misdeeds. So, given that the full unedited interaction between Phillips and the students shows that Phillips clearly approached the students, and given that he is connected to left-wing social justice causes, one could, I believe, obviously conclude that he targeted the teenagers. Well, he did target them. We saw from the video footage I showed you, as well as their own video footage, where he uses the drum to hide the fact that he's making physical contact with this kid. So one could conclude that he targeted the teenagers for their support of President Trump, yet the mainstream press's narrative is exactly the opposite, that the boys targeted Phillips. The story goes on to say, additionally, this is not the first time that Phillips has been at the center of controversy involving alleged racism against the Native population. In 2015, Phillips claimed that he was bombarded by racial slurs by students at Eastern Michigan University. And by the way, you were watching that video. Did at any point, and I watched the whole hour 46, I saw and heard nothing about building any wall or anything like that. Now, we have some further bad footage here, but footage nonetheless showing more aggressive actions and racism by the so-called victims, Uncle Nathan and Super Mario and some other guy that might actually be an Indian. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let's go back so you can hear that again, all right? Okay. You have not been there a million years, okay? You haven't been there a million years, okay? 15,000 years, 10, 15,000 years, something like that. You have not been in America for a million years, okay? And by the way, you're not indigenous to America either. You came when there was an ice land bridge, okay? Connecting the American continent to the Asian continent via probably Alaska, something like that, the shortest space between our two continents, okay? And when that disappeared, you got stuck here. All right, you got stuck in America. So you're not indigenous either, okay? I love their argument. We're indigenous. No, you're not indigenous. You're not indigenous at all. It's not even close to accurate. Yeah, so you need to go back to Europe, whitey. Yeah, but you're not troublemakers at all. No, and look at him. Look at him. He has interspersed himself into the crowd of kids. All these kids are there, and he's muscled his way among their ranks, and now he's harassing these young kids to try and get some kind of reaction. He's hoping for some kind of confrontation. Look at this. Yeah, we had another angle here. I guess it didn't occur to Uncle Nathan that other people in the crowd might have cameras. Yeah, look at all these opportunists looking for something bad to happen. They're trying to create something bad, and that's what Nathan wants to do. He wants to create something bad, right? Look at this! Now, by the way, Uncle Nathan has pushed his way through the crowd of kids. They didn't part for him, but yeah, they did. How'd he get among their ranks if they didn't? There's the truth about this phony, this fraud, wearing his fake glasses that probably aren't even real glasses to try and make himself look older. He's done everything he can here, wearing that ratty sweater. He's got his greasy, unkempt hair, right? He's trying to look as old as possible so he can get some sympathy from people. There is the picture of the scumbag of the week, Nathan Phillips. I don't give a fuck if he's a Omaha elder, 64. He's not much of an elder. Maybe 500 years ago he'd be an elder. He's not 94, people, okay? Jesus Christ, this is what qualifies as an elder? This unkept mofo with his half his teeth missing because he didn't know how to use a fucking toothbrush? This fucking guy? Dances with Hollywood, this motherfucker? Who wants to be a big-time Hollywood actor? And he's trying to get there by taking advantage of these poor, helpless white kids. They're white, Joe! They have institutional privilege, so even if they're weak, they're strong. Yeah, he'd probably kick a white baby if he could. This fucking guy is evil. This guy is fucking evil. And I hope that he suffers some kind of repercussions. But of course he won't. Oh, of course he won't. You know, the left will love him. They'll embrace him. They'll put him in a bunch of fucking commercials, right? He'll be in a Doritos ad next week. Or some shit. He'll show up at the fucking Super Bowl. And everybody will clap for him. Even though it's been proven that he's a lying piece of garbage. He instigated the incident. These kids did not instigate it. He bullied them. He aggressed upon them. He pushed his way through their ranks to get to that one kid who looked like he would be the perfect fucking target. He made physical contact with that kid. He assaulted that fucking kid. I'm calling total bullshit on this. And the media lauding this guy as some kind of fucking hero. You're all a bunch of morons. All a bunch of fucking morons. Worshipping at the feet of this fucking liar. This lying piece of shit. Because he's a Native American and we stole his land, so we need to get down on our hands and knees and kiss his feet. And some white kid disrespected him. He disrespected the white kid. Oh, well, that's okay because, white people are evil. And they deserve to be disrespected, right? Yeah.